Do you know what time it is? It's time to say no to negativity. I'm sure you've all heard the saying, you attract what you focus on. Well, the same applies to your thoughts. If we constantly dwell on the negative in our lives, we'll attract more negativity. So let's be real. Who needs more negativity in their life? It's like a bad house guest that never leaves, always overstaying their welcome and causing chaos. But don't have any fear because we have the power to change that negative irritation. The next time a negative thought crosses your mind, just imagine that it's a hot potato and drop it immediately. Replace it with a positive thought instead. It's like taking out the trash. You don't want it to pile up and create a stinky mess, do you? Now let me tell you a story to illustrate my point. There once was a man who was always in a bad mood. Everywhere he went, he would grumble and he would complain about everything, from the weather to the traffic. But he had a negative comment for everything. One day, he stumbled upon a magic genie who granted him just one wish. The man wished for a happy and fulfilling life. And the genie, he granted his wish, but with a twist. From that day forward, every time the man had a negative thought, a bucket of cold water would fall on his head. You know what? It didn't take long for that man to start seeing the positive side of things. He found that he was able to find humor in situations that used to frustrate him. And his outlook on life, well, it improved dramatically. It's amazing how a small change in our thinking can have such a big impact on our lives. We often get so caught up with the negatives that we forget to see the positives. We focus on what we don't have instead of what we do. We get lost in the problem instead of finding solutions. But just imagine if you're able to flip that script. Imagine if you're able to turn those negatives into positives. And just imagine if we were able to find the humorous in situations that used to frustrate us. Our lives would be transformed. So I challenge you to make a change. Start with it. Just small steps, like complimenting someone every single day or finding the silver lining in a difficult situation. And before you know it, your outlook on life will improve also. So what time is it? It's time to say no to negativity. Use that space below to share your positive thoughts and your experiences. And spread joy and happiness, one thought at a time. You never know, you might just inspire someone else to do the same. Imagine a world where everybody is focusing on the positives. A world where everyone is spreading joy and happiness. It may sound like a dream, but it could be a reality if we all do it together. So let's make this happen. Let's say no to negativity and embrace the positive. Let's turn those negatives into positives and create a ripple effect. Let's make the world a happier and better place. One thought at a time. Oh yes.